Hey guys, another day, another video. I'm going to the Teddy Morse Harley Davidson. I've never been there and it's nearby, and I have a few people there that are taking the riding course. So I'm pretty curious to see what it's like there. They sent me some cool shots, so it's like almost like a museum inside. So I want to go check it out for myself and see if I'm pretty sure they all passed their class, but you know, go there for moral support. One interesting thing about like vlogging compared to just hopping on your bike and riding, I'm filming now off of my GoPro on my helmet, and then I have another, it's sort of like a GoPro, but it's not a GoPro, but another camera up here just to see how it's gonna work. And I got the mic, so it's like, oh, I gotta make sure they're all on, they're all like working correct, the settings are set correct. So it makes it a few extra steps, right? So I did all of that just to get on my bike, and the battery was dead. And I was like, oh, come on, man. So I charged it up for about 20 minutes, and that was enough for it to start right up. I was like, dang, I was all geared up, everything was good to go. But, you know, that's part of the game. I probably should have ate before I left. I don't want to make it a trend that where like almost every single video I make on here is me talking about food, but I definitely should have ate before I left. I was kind of more focused on getting there on time before their classes were over, because I just wanted to see a little bit, you know, them riding. They got the 350s out there on the track doing practice. I know when I did the class, I didn't do it through Harley. I did it through just some... I don't know, like just some other, it was through a community college. They had that program, so I did it there. And so they had different bikes that were donated. Like everyone had a different bike, so depending on your size, that's the type of bike you had. But here in this class, everyone has that Harley 350. I want to go there one day. That place looks super cool. It's called the 1405 Saloon. And I don't know, that place just looks really freaking cool. Look, we got a car for sale with the Godfather plate. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of movies growing up. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch Disney Channel and all that, which I'm not complaining about, you know. It's probably for the best. But I was allowed to watch Godfather. So I'm quite a fan of the Godfather. We got a lot of American flags out here. We got some food trucks. Oh. We got that going on. Ambulance and fire truck are behind me on a motorcycle. We're just gonna go around you, buddy. Oh, and then we're gonna need this road right here. Hopefully everything's alright. So it should be about 20 miles on this road if I remember correctly. It's a pretty cool feeling. Open road, no cars out here, just me and y'all, and we're having a good time. This never gets old. It never gets old, I swear. I forgot my hair tie, so I already know I'm like gonna be complaining to myself, to say the least, when I get home and brush my hair. Any girl who rides knows this issue. You gotta have your hair in a ponytail or in a braid when riding a motorcycle. Having it down, I don't know, I always told people, like, the way you know if a chick is a real rider is if she has her hair down or if she has it in a braid or in a ponytail. Because the chicks who know, oh man, that ain't no fun. The hair, you know, in the movies when the biker chick gets off her bike and the hair is blowing all it, you know, and she takes the helmet off. It is not like that. It is a tangled bird's nest mess up in there once you take that helmet off due to the wind just woo, 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 woo. Let's not get caught in that. But due to the hair all woo, 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 getting caught and getting all tangled up, it's like, nah. But, you know, I thought I looked cute, so I was like, it's okay, I'll do it today. I miss having a sport bike, man. But I'll tell you, for the longest time, like, so I know I want to get a sport bike here in the future. I used to have a Honda CBR 1000, and for the longest time, I was like, I'm going to get a 600 at least, you know, because 1000, it's not that, there's no point of having 1000 on the road. I don't go to tracks like that. You know, it seemed a bit unnecessary. In my opinion, and you know, it's like a flex. Oh yeah, I got 1000, but I've never really met anyone that really just was able to use their 1000 to full swing on these public roads. And you know, and if you're doing that, you're riding pretty reckless. So I was like, I'm gonna get a 600. That's more than enough to have fun and, you know, still get that adrenaline kick. But the more I've been doing research on all these other bikes, I'll tell you, I'm a little leaning. And so before I even say what I was going to say, I was always against having like a 700 or 750 because those are sport bikes, but you know, they're more, you know, in comfort in mind, you know, the higher handlebars and the seating position's a little different. So I was always like, those aren't real sport bikes, those aren't real sport bikes. But the more I've been doing research and I see what they're capable of, and I'm just like, you know, I just might opt in for a bike that has a little bit less horsepower, but, you know, is a little bit more comfortable so I can ride it all day. You know, it's rare that, you know, you ride a sport bike for 30 minutes or an hour. You know, if you're going to ride, you're going to ride all day, or at least that's how I am. So I was like, I might as well get a sport bike that's going to be a little bit more comfortable on the wrist and whatnot. The ego is a very difficult thing to sometimes, you know, face and battle. Yet, so I'm curious to see how the footage will be. It was on the cheaper end, so I was really curious on its quality and capabilities. It's the brand is called Asako, and compared to GoPro, it's a big difference. So we'll see when I put this video together if it's any good. I told myself if it's going to be bad quality, I'm just going to send it back. But I really like the dynamic of some vloggers where they're filming it and then on the cuts, because the cuts can be pretty harsh. They use the footage from the front camera to kind of ease in between cuts. Oh, it's 45 here. Let's not speed. Oh, we're almost there. Oh shoot, no, we're there. Alright. Oh, no U-turns here either. Oi, you're killing me, Smalls. No U-turns there. You know, I just might have to break into, oh, we can do the U-turn at the light. We're just gonna do that. Gonna be no lawbreakers today, so oh, that's truck's no U-turn. It's alright, I already passed it. It's all good. Gonna go right after you. You know how in video games you can just jump over stuff? I just jump over that highway real quick on a motorcycle. You know, on GTA, just take that up ramp, jump over. It's not GTA though. I'll tell you, before I started riding motorcycles, I played GTA, and I would just get on the motorcycle and ride around the map. But more frequently, I would take the dirt bike and just be on the mountains and just doing dumb stuff on there with them. And I didn't play the game for what it was. I just did the motorcycle stuff. And you know, that was many years ago. And so I had one of the modders, because, you know, when you're a chick, you get all the free stuff on gamer stuff. And so they dropped a bunch of GTA money for me, so I didn't even have to play any of the games to earn GTA money. I just had it up front, so I was just buying a bunch of motorcycles and riding them and painting them and all this and that. So that was fun. And then that's kind of probably the seed was planted that maybe one day I'd probably want to ride motorcycles. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew what this would all turn into? Ooh, I do not want to go in the sun. So we got a little accident right there. Alright, hopefully we make it in this light. Everybody be focused, don't look at your phones. I want to make it in this round. Let's go, I don't want to be caught. No, 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 oh no! It's okay, at least I'm first in line for the next one. Oi! No, we're here. It's huge. Accelerate your dreams. Alright. Let's check out the inside, right? Hey guys, I'm editing the video right now, and I just wanted to add this bit real quick. When I had arrived to the dealership after doing my moto vlog, I didn't realize everyone would be just about done and ready to go get something to eat right away. So I didn't record anything that day, and I figured since I live nearby the dealership that I would just come the following day and record a few of the collection bikes that the Teddy Morse Harley Davidson dealership had, since it wasn't really much out of the way. I didn't know that the following day they would have a car meet there. And so this was an unexpected surprise, so I did film some clips for that to show y'all. I did want to just add this one little bit. I am still very new to making these videos and recording in public, and this is a personal battle of mine that I'm overcoming, is, you know, just the anxiety and fear of recording and speaking in public. So I was very nervous when I got to the car meet, and this is something I'm just working through, because with practice things get better. So I do want to excuse the little bit of awkwardness or the little bit of shyness that may come across through the video. I'm working on it, and yeah, other than that, I do appreciate y'all watching these videos, and I hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all like the car meet. I'll say the first floor of the store is pretty much the same as like all typical Harleys, but on their second floor is where they got this little they got a showcase of older bikes that, you know, collectioneers. So show y'all some of those bikes that they got going on here. So overall, this is that whole second floor of the Teddy Moore Des Moines. Oh wait, not Des Moines, Daytona. They got their technicians up there on the second floor working. But it's kind of half of a showroom and then half of... Switch the camera. Let me do that one more time. They got just various bikes going out here. Antiques. Like right here, we got a drag V-Rod bike. V-Rods are typically only fun to go on straight shots if you've ridden one. Otherwise, they're not really all that fun to go on turns. But they are pretty fast with that Porsche motor. But they do got Buells. In the first dealership I worked at, they had a Buell, but definitely not one of these kinds. It was just more of a... I don't remember which Buell it was, but I was absolutely in love with it. But these are more sportier, and this one's absolutely a whole race bike on its own. But if I can find that photo, I'll definitely show y'all. But that was a really beautiful Buell.
Here we got Elvis Presley. Not really a fan of him, but you know, some people are. I'm sure they got some type of ramp, but I was curious how they get the bikes on the second floor. But I'll tell you, compared to the other dealerships that I worked at, they got nice little benches, and but their lifts are way smaller, if you can see. I know where I had worked, we had much wider lifts. So there's some pros and cons to this shop and service department, but definitely looks pretty big. They got, let me get a better shot of you. So it's much bigger than what I was accustomed to, and they got their own workbenches. Pretty jealous about, but as you can see, their lifts are on the smaller side. My lifts are definitely way bigger than this, so I was spoiled in that department. But you know, you win in some areas and lose in some. But it's pretty cool that they got their workbenches, and then the benches have drawers. I remember like 2 years ago, they had come out with that Heritage Revival, and then this is that old one right here, the original. The 1964 FL. So it's pretty cool to see where they got their inspiration from. But again, I wasn't really quite a fan of it, but I'll tell you, the original looks way better than the that Revival that they had made. I called my Sportster the Sportster Revival due to my mixed match tins, and so that's it right there. Now I've seen photos of this one many times. As you can see, the years of these motorcycles definitely on the older side. And this even got a little price tag. Right here, we got the M50 Armacci. I'd never seen this type before, but nice little cute bike. This one right here would be pretty cool to ride in the streets of Italy through the tiny little narrow streetways. 1962. I'll say it is pretty cool being out here, seeing all these old motorcycles. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. We don't really got much other stuff going on here besides just a few collectioneer bikes and some old bikes. And that was pretty fun to show y'all. I was really excited to see what they got going on. But otherwise, gonna go back down, see that car show that they got outside, and from there continue on. I'll see y'all later. I'll tell you, that bike right there is a bike I would ride in a heartbeat. Probably not something I'll do today, but hopefully in the near future. But that definitely looks like a really fun ride. 1980, so that's pretty cool. As you can see, it's a really big difference compared to the other day when I was here. It was absolutely empty parking lot, and this is just a whole 24 hours later. So due to, I guess, that car show, everybody came out to see all the cool cars. So we're gonna go back out there. I showed y'all a little bit on the inside that I wanted to do that yesterday, but I got caught up with my friends, and we'll go from there. But yeah.
The great thing about classic car meets are you don't have to be some car guru or an extreme car enthusiast to be able to really enjoy and appreciate the cars that they have on display. You're able to see how technology and automobiles have transformed throughout the years, all the while still being able to marvel and appreciate the works of art that they are for their time and for our current modern times. Not knowing much about these cars is a common theme here, but I'll tell you one thing that's not. It's to be able to look at these vehicles and to dream and imagine what it would be like to pull up to really cool places in a really cool looking car. So it's a really great thing that we have events like this to encourage and inspire the upcoming generation of car enthusiasts.
So as you can see, a bunch of old cars here we got here. I'll show you a bunch of them up front, up close with those close-up shots. But I'll tell you, the vibe here is not as many people as I kind of expected there to be. Do wish they had ice cream because it's a pretty warm day and I came in a sweater, but that's a problem, different of its own. But it's pretty cool showing y'all the cars that we got here, and you know, it's a pretty good vibe, and yeah. Oh no, you're cool, you're good, you're good.
Pretty cool for that rally.
Yeah. Definitely it's got its own style.
Yeah.
That right there, the color schemes hit the spot. I'll tell you that right there. when I see people like talking by the cars, I always wonder what conversations they have. It's like, are they discussing the motor specs, or they're like, oh, this would be a pretty cool car to go on a date on? Because every time I look at the cars, I imagine the places I'd want to go on them with. I'll say that some of the cars, you can see that they put a lot of work into the paint, but some of them, like here, I'm about to show you one. It's really rusty, but its rustiness is what gives it its whole vibe. So look. And you can tell that they kind of put a top gloss coat on it to preserve the rust, so it wouldn't get even more rustier. So that's pretty cool. So even like something that's would typically be seen as worn out is seen as a pretty cool aesthetic, and people, you know, talk about how awesome it looks. I wonder if on these type of events, how much money it actually brings to the dealer. People walking around and looking at the cars, and then they're like, oh, let's go buy some Harley clothes or whatnot. I'll say with the live band that they got here, it's not that many people sitting there and eating, but I guess I don't know if the prices are high or whatnot. Maybe they're Harley prices, if you know what I mean. One of the biggest things that they're really missing though is just more food accessibility. I could really go for like a food truck right now. Something like quick, like some street tacos. That would just kind of put the cherry on the pie. I'll say this one looks pretty cool. Here, let me give you a close-up on it real quick. The exhaust they got sticking out. Deuce bags. Always wonder if the owners stay by their car and listen how people talk about them. If they got something good to say or any critiques. So that's one interesting thing that would be cool, to bring your car here and kind of hear people, you know, praise it or talk smack about it. Like, oh, who would bring this car here or something like that. It's pretty dope. If this were my car, I'd probably call it a creamsicle. Orange creamsicle. You know, I don't know much about cars, but I definitely do know when something looks pretty cool. That's a whip I'd probably take to the beach, just ride down, cruising down the boardwalk. Something about them blue and white cars that I really like. Again, just another really cool motor. That's about as far as I know about it. I'm sure it's already way past that 5-year warranty mark. I've seen a few of them here that look like that. It reminds me of that new Fast Johnny that Harley had released, that blue and white. Granted, it looks really great on the ST or that Street Glide. So it's pretty cool, and they got the little demo miniature truck versions right here. And then you get the real deal. That's a nice paint job. Filming it doesn't really do it justice, I'll tell you that. But it's got a nice little, oh, you probably can see it now. That's pretty sweet. That's a ton of glitter. Now we're about to get to the end of this, and I'll wrap this vlog up, but I hope y'all like some of the cars that I showed out here, you know, and feel free to leave your comments. It's kind of more of a warmer day, and I wasn't really expecting to be out on this car show. I just kind of came here just to film the dealer a little bit inside, but came to be a car show, so I figured why not and show y'all. And until next time, I'll probably, you know, find something new else unexpected, and I'll show y'all that too. I like that kind of, anything interesting that happens in my life, kind of want to show y'all, especially if it's around cars or motorcycles. But until next time, y'all stay tuned, and, you know, maybe next video I'll probably have, and hopefully next video will have something else interesting to show y'all. But until then, I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all ride safe, and most of all, subscribe for more content. I'll see y'all later.